Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Oregon Panthers Boys Hockey. My name is Zach Seeloff, and I'm joined in the booth as always by my partner, Dan Greatchuck. Dan, great to be here with you.
Always good to be here, Zach.
Panthers are back in action tonight after defeating Beloit Memorial in Beloit 4-1. They now take on the visiting Milton Redhawks, back to conference action here in the Badger South. The Redhawks are a fairly new team to the high school hockey game. If memory serves, I believe this is their third season playing high school hockey as an individual high school. And so a lot of what we talk about with co-op schools and things applies here. They haven't had the youth program historically. They haven't had the sort of legacy. And so that colors a lot of what we're looking at, and you can see that just in the standings. Oregon sitting right now at 10-2, second place in the conference. Milton in the bottom of the conference sitting at 2-9 overall.
Yeah, and again, it's tough for a school like Milton. Now, what I will say is we watched the JV game. A lot of power and a lot of talent coming up, and I think we're going to see an improved Milton team this year than we did last year.
Sure.
I don't think this is a game that Oregon can take lightly.
No, I think not, and I think that's definitely the risk for a team like Oregon playing a team like Milton, is that you tend to look past them and maybe don't put up your best effort, and before you know it, they're on top by a couple of goals and you're sort of scrambling. All that said, when we look at Milton, one thing you and I were noticing, as I think we often do, is special teams. 20.8% on the power play. Not bad, not great, but not bad. But 57.1% on the PK. They've given up 9 power play goals. It's tough to overcome if you're going to surrender a penalty and over half the time allow the other team to convert.
Yeah,
or rather, just less than half the time.
Yeah, when you're getting close to 50-50 chance. I mean, if you're only giving up 1 to 2 penalties a season, that's okay, but they've given up 24.
Right.
And anytime you see a penalty kill like that, that really should concern you. That's a very anemic and risky taking power or penalty kill unit, and a team like Oregon is going to absolutely exploit that.
Well, and with that in mind too, for Oregon tonight, Sawyer LaChance still out. He's been out the last couple of games with an injury, but back in action is Tyler Damon. He was gone in the Beloit Memorial game visiting family for the holidays. Back for today. Obviously a huge asset to have back on the team.
Oh yeah, Tyler Damon is one of those dynamic players that will get you at each end of the ice. He's a ferocious back checker, so he's always going to support his D, and he has such immense speed in the neutral zone and in transition that he's going to burn you in a number of ways. And what makes him one more impressive player is his gritty play, his willingness to go into the corners, to take the hits and give the hits, to win those 50-50 battles, to try and get that puck into a scoring position.
And then let's talk about one more thing with Milton before we talk about something that's a bit unusual for this game. You and I were watching their goaltender in warm-up, and let me just make sure I get his name right. It's Justin Burke, their senior goaltender. He's 2-8-1 on the season, giving up 6.24 a game, 87.9% save percentage. Now, part of that is he's just facing a ton of shots, obviously. Giving up 6 goals a game and still having an 87% save percentage. He's obviously facing a ton of shots. But you and I were watching him. His footwork is a little unusual, a little non-traditional, we'll say. And it's something that potentially, particularly a skater like Tyler Damon, Tristan Hughes, Carson Timberlake, some of their Zach Roscoe, some of their deep scoring threats might be able to exploit tonight.
Yeah, it's always tough to tell how a goalie is going to play watching warm-ups, because each goaltender, first of all, goaltenders are not normal. Goaltenders are, one of my oldest hockey friends will always tell you, never trust a goalie. Everybody warms up different. They get into their head a little bit different, and how they prepare is always different. So it's tough to tell when somebody is warming up what their skill set is or how they're going to play. But really what I noticed, and I use the term robotic, he seemed jerky. He would set and then move. His butterfly wasn't as wide as you would want to see. If that plays out in the game, players like Hughes, Damon, Timberlake, Roscoe, they're going to pick out those lower corners, and they're really going to take advantage of it. However, if he's a solid player as the game goes on and just moves really well, we may see a little bit of a different type of adjustment from the Panthers on it.
And then let's talk about the state of the ice here. As you mentioned, you and I caught the second and third periods of the JV game as we were setting up for tonight. And the ice was just in really rough shape. And between the second and third periods, they didn't Zamboni it. And I thought maybe they had gotten a late start, but now they still have not Zambonied it, and we haven't seen any indication that they're going to. It seems like probably the Zamboni is down for maintenance of some kind. You know, looking at ice that is already really scuffed up from 2 or even 3 periods, I don't know if they got any cleaning in on it, 2 or even 3 periods of aggressive hockey. What does that do to the nature of the game here as we keep going?
It's going to change a lot of the game. Where it's going to affect people the most is in front of the benches. where it's already snowy. So when you see those passes coming through those areas, that puck is going to stop, which means players are going to have to adjust, put a little more on it, or lift those passes into a saucer type. So that's going to change the game. If you're a finesse player, this is not a surface you want to deal with, because that puck is not going to do the same things that it would if it was nice and just recently Zamboni. Also, we have to wonder what kind of ruts, divots are we going to see there. There's always a risk of it in a situation like this. It isn't a great risk, but players need to be a little more cautious when they're making hard turns, hard stops, anything like that, because you never know what exactly is going on out there.
Is there any point, and we heard the horn there, we're going to head down to get the starters and things in just a few minutes, but is there any point at which the referees might say, you know, the condition of the ice is just too dangerous, we're going to stop this game, or is that more of a concern just for the coaches to let their players know how to adjust to sort of funky ice?
The only way that I'd see the refs ever stopping a game because of ice conditions would actually be if it was warm. If it was starting to melt up, if there was cracks going down to the cement underneath, which, weather in Wisconsin right now, not
unlikely.
We're not going to have
just
too much
open the doors and we'll be set.
Exactly. So no, I'm not too concerned about that. I wouldn't say it's a serious safety issue. Players just need to be smart about where they're turning, and these guys know where that is. Anything by the benches, I think you're going to see a lot of kind of roadblocks and buildups of action there. Goaltenders, they're going to like this. When it's a little rougher there, that puck's not going to move through as easy. So those weird tricklers are actually going to be harder. You're going to see them position snow in a lot of other areas. So it'll be interesting to see what exactly, and maybe they're coming out with a Zamboni because the Zamboni doors just opened.
Yeah, you can, as we look over there towards the Zamboni garage, you can see that the doors to the ice have opened, but the Zamboni garage door itself is still closed. Oh, Zamboni garage door is getting up, and I see a gentleman climbing in. So we may have just had that discussion for naught. Maybe they were able to get it repaired. Big thanks to the folks here at the Oregon Community Ice Arena. They do a great job. This is a great venue. You and I go all over, really all over southern Wisconsin to watch different hockey games, to commentate on them. This is definitely one of the nicest high school rinks that we get to go to.
It is. It's nice and set up for us real well. We got a lot of space. Wish it was a little bit warmer.
It is a little chilly today, but boy, when it's 0 outside, it's hard to keep it warm inside.
So no, it is a great facility, and the more people that come in, the louder it gets, and that's always a good thing to see.
Absolutely. All right, so consider our previous discussion moot. The Zamboni is on the ice, so we will have nice, clean ice to start the game, and we will be back with that for you in just a moment. You're watching OCAmedia's presentation of Oregon Panthers Boys Hockey. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome, hockey fans. Tonight's Wednesday hockey contest between the Milton Redhawks and your Oregon Panthers. Tonight's game is refereed by John Kirster and Jim Rogers, with assistance from linesman John Perkins. And now for your starting lineups. In goal for Milton, number 1, Justin Burke. At forward, number 8, Logan Conway. At forward, number 9, Nick Robinson. At forward, number 10, Logan Servitt. At defense, number 18, Wyatt. In goal, number 30, Jacob Ayers. At defense, he's a senior, number 5, Carson Timberlake. At defense, a senior, number 6, Hayden Bell. At forward, number 8, the senior, Tyson Rohr. At forward, a junior, number 10, Zach Rostos. Tonight's WIA contest is under WIA rules. Please remember respect for both referees and opponents during the entire game. If you'll please rise and move your hats and face the flag for the national anthem.
I think they said Tony Lippert, but even Megan Bateman isn't here. He's only got one set of bodies.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Zach Seeloff and Dan Greatchuck here with you at the Oregon Ice Arena. Oregon getting ready to take on the Milton Redhawks. And Dan, an unusual situation on the bench. Coach Yachman not in attendance tonight. And you and I, you usually go up and talk to him before the game. We didn't spot him, and now we know why. I'm not sure exactly why he's not here this evening. I hope everything's all right.
I'm sure that it is. I think if anything bad had happened, we probably would have heard something.
Sure.
And also, Megan Bateman isn't here either, so there could be a number of reasons like that. So Tony Liebert is going to be very, very busy. I believe he is their defensive coach, works more on discipline. So I think we're going to see a little bit different of a feel from Oregon tonight. And it's also a good test to see just how much of Yachman's system the kids buy into. We saw a lot of it against Edgewood. We saw some of it also against Beloit. That 5-person unit, everybody getting involved. So it'll be interesting to see how they play in this game.
For sure. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see how Coach Liebert, being the game day coach, the bench coach, has an effect, if any, on this team. Definitely the #1 line out there. Carson Timberlake, Hayden Bell, Tristan Hughes, Zach Roscos, and Tyson Rohrer. And Jacob Ayers in net. This is the best that Oregon has to offer, showing respect for their opponent here.
Absolutely, and this is a good, solid line. We've seen a lot of really good, kind of gritty hockey, and that's what I look forward to seeing here. And now for the play-by-play, Zach Seeloff.
There you go. Hughes will be taking on Nick Robinson in the face-off down, and we are underway. It is Hughes that wins it back, and Timberlake will have it on the near side for Oregon. 17 minutes per period here in the high school game. 3 periods to go, and then overtime if we need it. Hughes behind the net, fires to Roscos. He shoots and is just wide on the first scoring chance of the game for the Panthers with only 16:42 on the clock. Hayden Bell holds at the far point, tries to feed it down to Hughes. He's got it there, sends it off the wall, but it comes right back to him, and he'll work his way to the center point. Hughes trying to move around traffic, now sends back to the point for Timberlake and across to Bell. Panthers moving the puck well into center. There's Rohrer, shot save, rebound right available for Hughes. He can't get it. Rohrer's got the second chance, and it's in there. 3 different Panthers had a chance at that one, and they just sort of drag it towards the crease, and Rohrer doesn't even really hit it, just kind of nudges it in. First goal for the Panthers with only 32 seconds off the clock.
A lot of traffic in front of Hughes, and that allowed that shot to come in. Good save on the first 2-3 shots. Didn't have the kind of support he needed from defense, I think, to really clear that out. That's one I think Hughes is going to want to have back again.
So the Panthers lead quickly 1-0 here in the first period against the visiting Monroe Redhawks. And off the faceoff, it's Tyler Damon screaming up the left wing side. He's checked off the puck, and he continues trying to get after it, delivers a check to that man as Ayers steps up and tries to help him out here, working the puck around to the far side. Puck still trapped on the far side. Now it works its way back down where Damon will have it again. Again, Damon taking a big shot. That Jacob Snow delivers the shot. as the puck works back behind the Redhawks net. Turned around by Ayers into center. Matt Rush is able to get it back to Ayers. He taps for Damon. Damon's got a chance. Backhand shot and a quick save from Justin Burke.
Yeah, I think that Damon wish he had another second or two, because he had a nice winger coming in on that near side, had nothing but open net. I think if he saw that little bit of room there in that lane, probably would have passed it. But again, fierce pressure coming from Oregon. Quick
line changes coming from Oregon as well. 15:48 to go in the first period. They get another new line out there. It's Andy Zymek in the faceoff dot against Nick Robinson. Robinson sent out, and he'll be replaced by Logan Conway. Conway does win it back, and it'll be the Redhawks controlling in their zone. Now it's stripped by Zymek. He loses track of the puck as he tries to get the hit, and instead it's gathered up by Jake Fountain, who sends over the point for Gage Shiljan. Shiljan moving that one across, and this one comes into center, dropped by Strassman, and carried away. The lead pass comes off the end of the stick of Logan Servin, but he's able to tap it forward and into Oregon territory. Mitchik stops that one up and leaves for Gage Shiljan. Turns around on the near side, feed to Strassman, broken up by Servin, but it's right back to Shiljan. Moves around one man, moves around a second man, and a possible 3-on-2 here as they enter the zone. Fountain far side for Oregon. Stops up in front of the Zamboni door, send to the point for Shiljan. Now feed down, and there's Zymek. Zymek into Strassman, swing and a miss on the one-time attempt, and Milton able to clear it out. This one should come down for icing. Milton had a little time there, but you can hardly blame him. Oregon has just been living in their zone in the early minutes.
Yeah, a couple risky plays by defenders for Milton. They left Strassman all alone right in front, only one body near him. And then you had another Oregon player deep in the corner. So they've got to do a better job of spreading out and covering Oregon sticks.
Oregon's number one line back on the ice is Tristan Hughes with it. The faceoff is won by Milton. And this is going to be a tripping, I'm pretty sure, against Tristan Hughes. Might be a hooking call. Monroe, though, does maintain possession as the puck works into the Oregon zone. Now we've got the call. Let's see what the official call is. Hughes right to the box. He knew it was him as he got tangled up with the offender from behind. It is hooking. So Tristan Hughes called for hooking with 14:52 on the clock. Power play for Monroe.
One of the biggest sets of mental mistakes Oregon has made this season is offensive zone penalties. And this was another example of that. They've got to do a better job of tightening up play in the offensive zone.
Monroe sets up on the power play. They're able to save well at the blue line and get the puck down to Robinson at the outer hash. Robinson moves to Servin. Servin, excuse me, is their leading scorer on the year. He gets knocked down by Timberlake, and Timberlake able to fire that one down and all the way to the opposite end line. Minute 40 to go on the power play. 14:30 to play in the game. Oregon on top 1-0. Thanks to the Tyson Rohrer goal. Rohrer now stepping up here on the near side. Gets this one down to Roscos. It's back to Rohrer. Some fancy footwork, and he finds Roscos as the point. And the Panthers will be content to control this one as they send it through. No, it's stripped now by Dalton Swenson. Swenson winds from the blue line well over the top of the goal. Second attempt from Servin is blocked by Timberlake. And Timberlake has it on the near side and clears it out once again. Forecheck pressure, as we always see from the Panthers on the power play. Minute 9 to go on that power play.
Yeah, they've been solid every game pretty much.
Picked off by Ayers, all alone, shot and a score. Ayers picks off the clearing attempt, finds Damon. Damon down low like that, there are not many goaltenders that are going to be able to stop him when he's all alone. He gets the shorthanded goal.
Yeah, and it also looked like Hughes was handcuffed there. He was deep into his crease, really didn't have time to move out and cut down that angle. And we talked about it just before the start of the game. That was one of those low corner shots that kind of came in on the glove side.
2-0 Panthers on the strength of a shorthanded goal. Minute even on the power play as the Panthers fight this one into Redhawk zone again. And Tyler Damon sends it into the far corner. Redhawks able to get it out into center ice, but Mitchik will have it there. Moves across to Shiljan, who dumps it back in once again. 13:36 to play and 42 seconds left on the power play. The Panthers being very aggressive, as they always are on their PK, and maintaining possession of this puck for the majority of this time. Colton swings over the top, but he's able to get it back. Moves in on sides thanks to some fancy footwork. No, not quite. I thought Damon had managed to find the balance, but the referee makes the call offsides, and we'll get a neutralized faceoff.
I think he lifted his back foot as he was crossing.
I think so.
As soon as that skate came up off the ice, that's going to make it offsides. And if I'm correct, that is the 4th or the 5th shorthanded goal for Oregon this season.
I don't have the exact number, but it sure they have generated some big-time shorthanded chances against all sorts of different opponents. Off the faceoff, Monroe forced back into their own zone once again. They control there, though, and look to move this puck forward in the person of Junior Norfrey. Norfrey stripped of it, and the Panthers have it once again. 15 seconds remaining on the penalty as it's dumped in this time by Matt Rush. One last chance with 10 seconds to go for Monroe on the power play. Try to move it forward. They do get that one to Robinson. Robinson in center ice now skating in. Top of the far circle. Shot is blocked away by Matt Rush. Puck lying in the slot. Taken this time and skated away and turned away. And now here comes Tristan Hughes trying to get on it. Instead, it's an icing call. Laszlo Rose sent that one down just to clear it. Hughes came out, hustled for it. Boy, if that had been on net, Justin Burke's in trouble.
Yeah, because if there would have been any bit of a rebound, you know Hughes would have gone for it, and that's one of those weird ones to try and gobble up. The pressure from Oregon has been consistent from the drop of the first faceoff of this game.
They have just been all over Milton. The faceoff is in the far side of the Oregon zone after icing. Oregon does win it back, and Hayden Bell chips it across to Carson Timberlake. Timberlake able to take that as this man goes down. No, stepping up and grabbing it again is Logan Conway. Conway battling hard for this one for Milton, but it's Timberlake that has it. Now Strassman on the near side. Strassman takes a hit. Timberlake's got it again, but his attempt to get it forward is stopped by Milton, and they force it back into the near corner of the Panthers zone. Pushed up on that wall is Pat McCormick. McCormick trying to move it forward, gets it to Timberlake, and here comes Timberlake. Cross ice pass, nice move over to Jake Fountain. Fountain's got cross ice available, feed into, Timberlake, what a pad save from Justin Burke on a killer setup between Jake Fountain and Carson Timberlake. Now they move this back down. Strassman on the far side from McCormick. McCormick shot is saved. Strassman shot over the net, no good. But now Strassman's got it again, heads back in front of the net, now to the faceoff dot, and looking to set up. Drops this one down for McCormick. McCormick, the only player without a point on this Oregon team. They feed back to him, and he's down in the low corner. Gets to Strassman. No, it's a bit past Strassman and comes up towards the Zamboni door. Now Strassman will take it in the far corner of the Red Hawk zone. Oregon still doing damage here with 11:35 to go. Lots of offensive possession time. The puck trap behind the net. Fountain looking to dig it out, and he feeds to Strassman again. Strassman near side takes a hit from two different Red Hawks. That puck into the slot dangerously. Fountain can't quite settle it down, and the Red Hawks will rim it to the far side. Mitchik will have it at the point there. Mitchik sends back down at the point. Strassman's going to have to get after this one. He does make it there. Tries to turn around on it. Takes a bit of a hit, and a nice move by Wyatt Frizzon will send it forward. Monroe clearing it out. That should go up for icing. The hand is up. It's up on end. Nope, they're not going to call it. Three different Panthers were able to get there. So 11 minutes even, the Panthers look to clear it out of their own zone. Shiljan sends forward for Hughes, and Hughes has just a head of steam here as he enters left wing side. Hughes cutting towards the slot. Shot saved. What a save by Justin Burke, but Hughes has still got it. Backhand shot, and another great save from Burke as the puck comes to the near side, carried by Jacob Snow. Snow's pass goes beyond everyone. This time the hand is up, and we will get icing. How about Justin Burke turning away two huge chances from Tristan Hughes?
Smart goaltending. He knew that Hughes really only had one move there coming in on that near side. Really pressuring in hard and pushing in against the defense. Had to go low. He cut it off with the pads, and then the nice save on the backhand. Hughes is really looking to find a quick goal here.
It'll be Hughes in the faceoff dot, taking on Nick Robinson, near side of the Red Hawk zone. Nobody wins that faceoff cleanly. Now the Red Hawks have it, and they poke it out into neutral ice, where Matt Rush will take it for Oregon. Turning around, moving that one forward, trying to get it to Rohr. Rohr moves across. He's got Roscos. Roscos enters along with Hughes, moves around his man, goes to the faceoff dot, now stops up. Send back for Drew Reynolds into the slot. It's taken by the Red Hawks. Nearly stripped. It is stripped by Roscos. Roscos to the faceoff dot. Pulls the trigger. Deflected away. No good. But Hughes has it. Cutting back in. Hughes in the slot. His shot also deflected, and it goes to the far wall. Rush tries to step up, but it's rimmed hard to the near side, where it'll be Drew Reynolds again to take it for the Panthers. Puck working its way down that near wall. Rohr going after it. He's got it. Sends up to Hughes. Hughes faceoff dot. Shot deflected into the safety net, and we'll have an out-of-play faceoff.
It's been impressive watching number 18 for Milton, Frizzon. His net front presence and battles with the Oregon players that are trying to park in front of Burke. He is just not letting them go, and that's really allowing Burke to see these shots coming in. They're not allowing a lot of screening.
Colton Ayers in the faceoff dot for the Panthers, near side of the Milton Red Hawk zone. He'll be taking on Dalton Swenson. Linesmen want to get it ready. Nope, we're going to send out Swenson and Ayers. We'll get a couple of new centers in here, and we're ready to go. Faceoff is won by Milton. They rim it hard to the far side, but it's going to be Colton Ayers that picks it up there in front of the Zamboni door. Ayers working it towards the slot. Feedback for Damon, too strong, and Milton takes it. Coming the other way is Jack Nathan. Nathan coming up, goes to the near side, moves around Timberlake, and sends the puck down deeper into the Panther zone. With 9:38 to play, Panthers still on top 2-0. Backhanded shot, a quick pad save, and it's covered up by Jacob Ayers. That backhander can be very tricky, especially because the shooter's not looking at Ayers there. He just fires it in blind.
Yeah, and quite honestly, there was a lot of traffic in front of Ayers, so that's one of those sneaky little tricklers that easily could have bounced or changed direction and gone 5-hole or bounced over the pad.
Those can eat you up, but he makes a good stop. 9:33 to play in the first period. 2-0 is the advantage for the home team Oregon Panthers. Faceoff is won by the Panthers. Kick forward. Strassman tries to get after it. He's able to, and here comes Matt Strassman 3-on-1 with Zymek and Bryce McLeod. He takes the shot and he scores! Goes long side, upper corner, makes the score past the outstretched blocker, and it is 3-0 Oregon.
And that's one of the difference, the kind of looks you get as a forward when you're dealing with a southpaw, left-handed goaltender. Usually that's where they're shooting to find that glove corner. Someone on a blocker, they're able to get it there. That was a pretty shot. Milton's got to be a little bit more respectful of that speed in transition.
Zymek wins this faceoff into the Milton zone once again, trying to get after it to Strassman, but Zymek will have it near wall. Manages to move around his man, retains possession. His backhand shot gets loose, and it works its way back behind the net. Milton has it there, rims to the near side, but stepping up is Gage Shiljan. Shiljan can't hold it, and Milton's able to clear into center ice, get it to Logan Servin. Servin retreats back into his own zone, drops off for his D partner. Now they put a pass forward, but Mitchik takes the loose puck and sends it to McLeod. McLeod just gets absolutely demolished, but the puck continuing in center ice, and here comes Mitchik as he enters the zone. Drop off for Strassman. Strassman takes a tricky shot, but a stick save from Burke sends it all the way to the far wall. Lots of bodies hitting the ice here. Game getting a little more physical. Shiljan a nice hold at the blue line. Zymek into center, but can't get it through, and instead McLeod will take it. He takes another hit against the wall. Now into center. Shot from Strassman, no good, but Zymek has it. His shot pops up very high on the deflection. Mitchik able to hold in the zone as he gets pushed against the wall, but coming out is Jacob Snow. Snow has it stripped in center ice by Mitchik. Mitchik finds Zymek, and here's Zymek coming up one-on-one. Stops up, pulls the trigger, shoots too high up over the cage, and Monroe has it on their own defensive side. Poked away this time by Strassman, and Burke recognizes exactly what's happening, reaches out, covers, will get a face-off.
Yeah, you never really want to see any player at any level carry that puck in front of your goaltender when you've got two forechecking Panthers coming in. Definitely we're starting to see an increase in physicality here. Rocha just leveled Bryce McLeod twice, so it's definitely picking up.
8:10 to play in the first period. Panthers on top 3-0. Rohr in the slot, feeds to Hughes. Hughes a shot and a save from Justin Burke. Puck behind the net for Strassman. Now it's Hughes again. No, can't get it. Held at center point by Reynolds instead. Now back down to Roscoe Sauter-Hash. Feed all the way across on a strong pass from Hughes, but he can't quite settle it down. Oh man, big collision there, and here comes Monroe 2-on-2, carrying to Swenson. Swenson feeds the pass inbound to Conway. It's stripped though, broken up by the Panthers and sent back into neutral ice. Now swatted in, hand is up for icing. This one was behind the red line, and we will take it back to the Monroe zone.
You know,
to the Milton zone.
Since the beginning of the season, I've been hard on Tristan Hughes. I would not say that I have been liked critically, but one thing I'm going to say about him, he takes the hit. And it doesn't matter whether you may think it's questionable or not, he gets right back up and skates into the play. He doesn't stop, take any secondary penalties there. That's just good grit from a player.
Faceoff is won by the Panthers, dragging in and firing the shot is Laszlo Rose. A good pad save from Burke, and it's knocked into center ice by the Redhawks with 7:29 to play in the first period. Laszlo's one-touch pass comes right back to him at his own blue line. Tries to clear it again, broken up by Milton, and they're able to send this one in. Oops, tagged the referee, and that plays to the Panthers' benefit. Here they go 2-on-1. It's a Rose and Damon. Damon looking for the pass, now for the shot, fires, and what a glove by Justin Burke. Snatched out of midair.
Oh yeah, and Damon's even smiling a little bit on that one. He's kind of looking up. That was an impressive save, just good positioning, got that glove out. And again, being a left-handed goaltender, a little bit different. That's normally a blocker side.
Credit to the defenseman, too. He takes away the pass option, has faith in Burke to make the stop on the shot, and that's exactly what Burke does. Draw is won by the Panthers. Strassman working to the low slot, gets pushed around, now tries to send back in, can't do it. Second chance is also no good, and the puck works its way to the near wall. Strassman still battling there as it steps up. Shiljan's going to retreat back. He tries to tap it out in midair and is somewhat successful, as this one now taken by McCormick, who dumps it in briefly and now dumps it in a bit stronger. Behind the net with 6:50 to play in the first period. Panthers up 3-0 against the visiting Milton Redhawks. That puck coming to the point for Gage Shiljan. He'll tap it back to McCormick. McCormick takes one up against the wall, but Shiljan stepping up. Top of the circle, blocker save from Justin Burke. Now Matt Strassman behind the net, looks to distribute. He moves around 2 men, feed into center, swing and a miss from McCormick, but here's Mitchick at the point. Mitchick's shot is saved and covered up by Burke. Boy, the Panthers are just generating all kind of chances here.
They are, and quite honestly, Burke's standing up to most of it. I mean, the positioning he has, his saves are looking good. He doesn't look rattled. He looks comfortable. I think that he just wishes he got a little bit different rebound control on one of those first goals.
Tyson Rohr taking on Dalton Swenson on the far side of the Red Hawk zone. Rohr able to get that one back to the point for Rush. Rush moves it into Hughes. Hughes trying to get it to Rohr. It's deflected briefly, but now Roscoe's will have it. Roscoe's feed down to Hughes. Taking it towards the Zamboni door. Now drops it off for Rohr. Rohr's got Roscoe's right in center. His pass is deflected away to the far wall, but Hughes is able to gather there. Cutting his way to the center point, trying to move around. Gets the pass into Rush. Rush taps one off to Rohr. Rohr to center. One-time chance is saved by Burke. Oh, Hughes had a huge swing at that one. Puck on the near wall, carried by Zach Roscoe. Drops into Hughes. Hughes feed to center. Nope, but it's skated away by Rohr. Send to the point now for Reynolds. Drop it back, and behind the net it's Hughes again for the Panthers. Hughes on the near side, feeds that one up to the point. It gets its way to Matt Rush. Rush takes the center point shot, deflection no good. Second chance is broken up by the defense of Milton. Drop off for Hughes near wall. Hughes tries to move around his man. Instead, Swenson able to take it away. Fires that one a bit strong. This may be icing. No, it's going to be played by Ayers. Yep, they do get the whistle. Ayers played it behind the end line, to be fair. So they do get the icing whistle. We'll come back to the Milton zone with 5:27 to play in the first.
Number 20, Jacob Snow, really should be credited with a save there because he was able to tie up a stick and get the puck out after it kind of rebound out. Smart play from the defensive unit we've seen from Milton so far. They do a great job of making sure that Burke's able to see everything that's coming at him, and they're doing a good job of that.
3-0 is the advantage for the Panthers. They win the draw. Timberlake tries to get a pass down and finds Damon. Damon rifles one in, but Burke just gobbles it up, and we get another quick whistle.
Patience from Damon, but you saw Burke came way out. I mean, he was way outside the crease. That's going to limit what Damon can do. So again, smart goaltending, but nice patience from Damon.
Colton Ayers against Nick Robinson. It's Ayers that wins it and goes up to the point for Hayden Bell. Now drifting across. Laszlo the shot and a save. A second shot and a score. What a low angle score from Tyler Damon, and makes it 4-0.
Yeah, that's one of the things we talked to Coach Yachman about earlier, just before the Beloit game, was practicing some stuff of taking shots at pads and seeing where it bounces back out. That's exactly what that was. Went right to Damon on that far side. Empty net, buries it.
You and I have been lucky enough. Last year was our first year with the Panthers. Laszlo was the only freshman on the team that year. He's a sophomore this year. We're really seeing him come into his own as a player. Great play from him there to assist Tyler Damon with the score. Incredible low-angle shot from Damon. And the Panthers are on top 4-0 with 5 minutes to play. Servant tries to get one in, a shot, and it's saved. The puck's still loose. Nick Robinson had a great shot there. The puck was loose, but he couldn't get a second chance on it. And now Colton Ayers knocks him away from it, feeds the puck up to Laszlo Rose. Move that one across to Hayden Bell. Bell nicely moving through center ice. He's on the near side as he enters the zone. He's got Damon in center, feed across. Damon able to stop it, but it's knocked away by the Red Hawks. But here's center point is Ayers. Timberlake's pass is broken up, and here comes Robinson hustling along. Loses the puck in the snow, and Timberlake, I believe, is going to be whistled here for interference on the delayed penalty. Damon knocks it away. Let's look for the signal at the blue line. Interference is the call. Carson Timberlake 2 minutes for interference, and with 4:26 to play, that'll be the second power play from Milton.
Yeah, that was an obvious interference call. I'm not sure exactly. I knew Timberlake was worried that number 9, Nick Robinson, one of their top scorers, was going to get a break in there. But that's still an obvious penalty they're going to call every single time.
Yeah, the puck got caught up in the snow, and I don't know if he didn't realize it, but he follows up with the check, and you just can't do that. Nice clear from Ryan Mitchick off the draw. And with 1:54 to go on the power play, Milton forced to retreat into their zone. In fact, this puck is picked up by Jake Fountain. Fountain tries to dish it over to Zymek, can't do it. Turns over the top of it once again, but the puck's still in the corner. Now Zymek does have it and sends out into center ice for Ryan Mitchick. Panthers controlling on this power play so far. Sent back into the zone by Gage Children with 1:34 to go on this power play. And they'll have to skate it out once again. Again, it's Zymek and number 16, Jake Fountain, putting the pressure on. That puck works towards the slot, and now it's finally knocked out, and they get that one up to Swenson. Swenson's entry pass does enter, but it doesn't enter on a stick, and Mitchick's going to be able to take it behind his own net. Moves that one out, and in fact moves it backhandedly on net very lightly. Burke will save it and send it back to his teammates. This time Logan Servin goes for the home run pass, and he finds Conway. Conway enters the zone, working his way to center ice. Instead, Gage Children able to just take it away, swat it away. Even minute to go on the power play, 3:24 to play in the first period. Panthers comfortably ahead 4-0 here at the Oregon Ice Arena. Now we find Tristan Hughes. Ross goes to Hughes, shot and a score. Hughes tumbling end over end as he makes the goal, and it's 5-0 Panthers on their second shorthanded goal of the night.
Yeah, and you could, there was something going on there with Hughes wanting to get some kind of goal. He's just been shooting and shooting and shooting. Here he was able to get another shorthanded goal. Did the same move earlier, and Burke was able to eat it up. So once again, another shorthanded goal from Oregon.
2 of them in this first period alone. 46 seconds to go on the power play. Carson Timberlake previously whistled for interference, but Hughes has this one as he moves behind his own net and sends hard up the far wall. Shot comes in from behind the blue line. Ayers is going to distribute that one across to Reynolds behind the net. Reynolds again looking to send forward. We get a whistle.
Offsides.
Oh, offside. Oh, because of the shot. Yep. I always forget about that rule that you put it on net. So an offsides call against Milton with 2:55 to play in the first period. 29 seconds left to go on the Timberlake penalty.
Yeah, it just seems like Milton can't find their momentum, can't find their flow. They're forcing passes. They've got more time than they think, and because they're trying to rush it, they're just not able to get done what they want.
Faceoff is won by the Panthers again. It's Hayden Bell that controls. Now across to Damon. Damon in front of the scorer's table will just send that one in and behind the cage of Milton. 20 seconds to go on the power play. Milton controls in their defensive zone. Get that one forward to Snow. Snow moves around one man and heads into center ice. Lead pass is broken up briefly by the Panthers, but they're able to twirl that one in. Ben Blazer has it, now stripped by Damon. Damon turns around, sends high along the glass, and is able to clear it out. 2 seconds to go on the power play. Timberlake is back on the ice. Both teams are full strength, and there's 2:23 to play in the first period. This one taken off the stick by Ayers. Stops up, tries to get after his man along with Laszlo Arose. Arose has it taken off his stick. That's briefly held in by Timberlake, but now skated away by Servin. Servin trying to get across the center line. Timberlake hassling him every step of the way. Now he does strip the puck, and a nice backhanded pass to Damon. Damon's pass, though, broken up, and the puck retreats towards the penalty area. Now knocked away. Ayers has it defensively. Move across to Timberlake. Timberlake's pass too light. Nearly backhanded in, but here come the Panthers 3-on-2. Lead pass to Timberlake. Now across to Laszlo. Laszlo into center for Ayers. Ayers hash mark shot and a save. Damon, a backhand shot. Off the post, no good. Ref waves it off, no good off the post. Oh man, he just missed with the blind backhand attempt.
Yeah, that was just a backhand hit the post and then went underneath Burke and out the other side.
That was you don't see a puck follow that kind of motion very often. Damon's got this one on the far side, and he'll send it along with 1:22 to go. Looks to feed in the center, swing and a miss on the one-timer, but now they get it to Zymek. He has to play it with the skate and take it into the near corner. Now back up to Shiljan at the outer hashes. Shiljan getting some big-time pressure from Milton. They're able to knock it out into neutral ice, but Jake Fountain will take it for Oregon once again. Fountain sends across for Damon, but Damon is changing, and so that puck lost and dumped back into the Panther zone. Ryan Mitchell will take it with 59 seconds to go. Children on the near side. Now he finds Strassman. Strassman's got Zymek across as he enters left wing side. Takes the shot, an easy glove for Burke, and we'll get a face-off on that side.
One of the things we've talked about a number of times over the past couple seasons, when you have the ice tilted so far one way, you have to wonder how's Ayers staying in the game. He is not seeing a lot of shots. He's not moving as much. You wonder, is he going to get too tight? Is he going to let one of those weird ones sneak on by?
Changing up the lines a little bit. Pat McCormick wins it back to Tristan Hughes. Hughes a quick shot, and Burke swallows it up with 46 seconds to play in the first period.
Hughes has such a quick and deceptive release on that shot. It just goes flying, and again, Burke's able to see that one all the way in, but that is such a deceptive shot.
McCormick back to Hughes again, same thing, shot this time deflected away. Great breakup by Logan Conway, but Hughes picks it up once again, rifles it down behind the Milton net. Milton up off the wall near side. Drew Reynolds stops it and sends back to McCormick, who finds Hughes again. Hughes working his way in front, taken off his stick. He's trying to get to it, get past Joyce Rocca, and that puck's still in the corner. Hughes got it there. He's working his way towards the slot again, looking for a backhand attempt, fighting his way through, but it's knocked off his tape once more, and Jacob Snow takes it away. Snow moves it around another man with 13 seconds to go. Puck still in the Red Hawk zone, but this time Pat McCormick is able to hold it in for the Panthers. McCormick sends one across, swing and a miss on the bouncing puck from McLeod, and then he lost sight of it. 2 seconds to play as the puck stuck on the near side. Oh my goodness, that pass to McLeod, if that stays on the ice or if he somehow manages to connect with it, that is a goal for sure. And he just lost sight of it after he swung over.
Yeah, you had McLeod and Tristan Hughes all alone in front of Burke. I mean, there was nobody else there. Definitely a period that Oregon's going to be pleased with. There's a lot of good that came from that period for Milton. They just need to find their momentum, their legs, and some confidence out there moving that puck.
Let's talk a little bit about them breaking it out of the zone. We did not see them do that successfully very often, certainly not nearly as often as they would have liked. They were basically trapped in their own defensive zone and could not find their way out. What do they need to do in order to get some more solid offensive possession, solid defensive clears here in the second period?
They need to pick their heads up and realize that they have more time than they think they do. I say it all the time, they got doe eyes. The puck gets on your stick, their eyes get big, and they think I got to move it somewhere. When a team like Oregon is so ferocious on their back check, they're going to really make it difficult for you to think you have time and space. Take a step, look around, make a short pass. You don't have to go all the way down the ice. Quick, short passes, bounce them off the boards if necessary, but take your time. That, I think, would make a big difference in transition and even generating some offense.
And then, you know, they're up 5-0 after one period. I don't want to be like search for some reason to be critical, but is there anything you see from Oregon they need to work on? They looked awfully sharp in that period.
No comment.
All right. Folks, before we get going, OCAmedia is a nonprofit, and we really want to thank some of our generous sponsors. Those include Bill's Food Center, providing Southern Wisconsin with quality products, great customer service, and a warm welcome since 1978. The Oregon Community Bank, Feel Good Banking. William R. Torhorst and Associates, your hometown insurance agency that's doing big things. Stoughton Hospital, Oregon Urgent Care, and Sports Medicine Clinic. Trusted care close to home. Maria's Pizza, a little slice of Italy right here in Oregon. The Oregon Chamber of Commerce, promoting, informing, connecting, and advocating for local businesses and the Oregon community. The Oregon School District, actively building competence, character, culture, and community. And the Oregon Athletic Booster Club, please consider being a part of your athlete's success and become a booster today. Check out OregonAthleticBoosters.com for details. And now listening, I believe this is the teacher's night,
It
right?
is. It's the teacher appreciation where players each picked a specific teacher that has impacted them through one or multiple years in high school, and this is their opportunity to kind of to say thank you and recognize them.
We saw this last year, and it's awfully nice. We're going to leave you with it, folks. We'll be back with more commentary in just a moment. Stay tuned. You're watching OCAmedia's presentation of Oregon Panthers boys hockey.
Bryce and Andy appreciate Mr. Proud because he's funny, hardworking, and very persistent. It has been told that he has a way of pushing them too hard. Thank you, Mr. Proud. Number 3, Ryan Mitchell selected Ms. Elmer, who teaches chemistry. She is kind and has a good sense of humor. She pushes each student to get the very best out of them. Thank you for your dedication, Ms. Elmer. Number 4, Tyler Damon nominated Mr. Brunell, who teaches engineering. Mr. Brunell sends his regrets he cannot join us tonight. Tyler recognizes Mr. Brunell's sense of humor and how helpful he is. He was also told that he has a very lovely Instagram page that Tyler enjoys. Thank you. Number 5, Carson Timberlake. Number 15, Lazo Oros, and team manager Kendra Cloud has singled out Ms. Weiner, who teaches child development. But she is more than just a teacher of her subject. They appreciate that she takes an interest in each individual student. You can talk to her about absolutely anything. Meanwhile, she gets the best out of each student. Kendra also noted that you can count on Ms. Weiner in time of need. She would like to thank this special teacher for all her help over the past 4 years. Thank you, Ms. Weiner, for all you do. Number 6, Hayden Bell, is glad Ms. Lupinger, who teaches personal finance, is very tolerant. She has lots of patience for high school students and always makes class fun. You're very much appreciated. Thank you. Number 8, Tyson Moore, selecting Mr. Ebert, who teaches math, because he's always able to provide help without needing to be asked. He cares about everyone individually, and he makes learning easy and enjoyable. Thank you for being a great teacher, Mr. Herbert. Number 9, Drew Reynolds, and number 25, Soren LaChance, picked Miss Rosenmeyer to honor this evening. They both find her very helpful with her math work. She's awesome at explaining assignments and so easy to connect with. Miss Rosenmeyer is supportive and never doubts what her kids can achieve. Much gratitude to her. Thank you. Number 10, Zach Roscoe enjoys Mr. Fishwild, who teaches physics. It is his good sense of humor that Zach enjoys. Mr. Fishwild makes jokes to lighten the mood. He also knows how to be relevant to each student. Thank you, Mr. Fishwild, for being the individualized teacher that you are. Number 11, Patrick McCormick believes Miss Kissling is one of the most caring and honest teachers there are. He also thinks she's kind of funny. Patrick appreciates all the time Miss Kissling gives him. Thank you, Miss Kissling. Number 12, Nate Shilton thanks Miss Early, who teaches chemistry and thinks she's very nice. She's also helpful with classwork and basically is just a good person to be around. Thank you, Miss Early, for being a very special teacher. Number 16, Jake Fowler, and number 19, Matt Rush, have identified Mr. Renlund, who teaches history, as their teacher pick. However, Mr. Renlund was unable to be here tonight, but that doesn't stop them from appreciating when Mr. Renlund makes history relatable and enjoyable. He's easygoing and so helpful with questions, and they enjoy the hockey-loving connection they have with him. Thank you, Mr. Renlund. Number 17, Tristan Hughes selected Ms. Schneider, who is an amazing guidance counselor. Tristan is so thankful that Ms. Schneider always looks out for his best interests and has helped to work with his schedule around being happy. Tristan states that she's always pushing him to do better. Much gratitude, Ms. Schneider. Number 18, Matt Strassman appreciates that Ms. Kavish, that teaches orchestra, is always kind. I see what Tristan's grades are going to be here. Shooting for the A's. Okay, number 18, Matt Strassman appreciates that Ms. Kavish, that teaches orchestra, is always kind. She's always willing to teach and never stops pushing for the best. Thank you so much, Ms. Kavish, for your commitment. And unfortunately, I believe she's ill tonight, so we thank her in her absence. Number 20, Colton Ivers chose Mr. Slusher, who teaches history. Unfortunately, Mr. Slusher wasn't able to join us tonight, but Colton wants it to be known that he appreciates his teacher for his great sense of humor and always making learning fun. As Colton stated, he's just an awesome teacher. Thank you, Mr. Slusher. Number 29, Hunter Newton thinks Mr. Lees, who teaches auto tech, is funny, but he also stated that he can be demanding. He makes me and all the students, quote, do the work, unquote. You are appreciated for this, Mr. Lees. Number 30, Jacob Ayers would like to honor Mr. Jabru, who teaches math. Mr. Jabru is full of energy and is always making sure you are on track. A bit of a side note from Jacob to Mr. Jabru, quote, thank you for being a great neighbor. As well, unquote. We appreciate Mr. Jabru for not only being a great teacher, but also a good neighbor as well. Brooklyn Scalisi, team manager, nominated Mr. Hookstead, who teaches health. He was picked by Brooklyn because he's cool and a good role model for students. She appreciates his hard work and finds him to be pretty fun. Thank you both. Ruby Lowe, team manager. Ruby Lowe, team manager, invited Mr. Krieger, who teaches Fayette, as her choice. Ruby is thankful, he always has a positive outlook, and reports that he makes gym class fun. But more importantly, he makes bad days good again. Don't we all need a Mr. Kruger? Thank you. Kendra Bell, team manager, selected Mr. Derek, the art teacher, to attend this evening. She says that he's always funny and puts a smile on her face. Kendra appreciates how he's encouraging and never makes fun of her artwork. Way to go, Mr. Derek. Finally, Aaron Schultz, team manager, would like to honor Ms. Herkus tonight. Aaron reports that Ms. Herkus is always willing to help with anything, school or personal, and she makes class fun. Aaron appreciates that not only does Ms. Herkus listen to feedback from students, but she applies it. What a great teacher, and we thank you. As Symphony Ozek wisely once stated, we often take for granted the very things that most deserve our gratitude. It is for this reason we are giving this very deserving appreciation to our everyday educators, chosen by our Oregon team members. Thank you, teachers, for the countless hours and dedication that you give to our students, families, and community each and every day. We appreciate you taking the time to come and be recognized for the special people that you are this evening. Let's all give them a round of applause. Thank you very much.
5, 4, 3. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Zach Seeloft and Great Chuck here at the Oregon Ice Arena. A lovely presentation there for Teachers Night. They do that every year. I always really like that. 5-0 here. 2 shorthanded goals. Basically all Oregon in the first period. Realistically, is there anything you think Milton can do in terms of period adjustment to get back into this one?
They just need to take their time, pick up their heads, and look for some open lanes to move the puck, build on something small.
Immediately off the draw, it's the Panthers that control. Laszlo sets a deep pass down. What a shot from Damon and a quick head save from Burke. That puck held in very nicely by Timberlake and all the way into the near corner of the Milton zone. Trying to carry this one out is Storm Cook. He sends up along the near wall, but it's Timberlake that takes it for Oregon again. His attempt into center is no good, but it's skated away by Colton Ayers. Ayers taps to the point, now continues to work with it. Damon from the point, a nice stop by Milton, and Milton able to clear this one out, sent down, stopped though by Damon, and Damon drops off for Timberlake once again. Timberlake all the way to the far side, now the puck skated away by Friesen. Wyatt Friesen up the near side and sent to the point where Hayden Bell cannot hold it. It's swatted out by Milton, and that'll actually come on net for Jacob Ayers. Ayers quickly plays it away to Timberlake. And now across to Damon in center ice. Damon's got some speed. He's got some teammates with him. Goes to the backhand. Now drops off for Laszlo. Laszlo turns around and sends it back to Damon again. Back into center. No good. Broken up by Zymek. But now it's Laszlo again. Backhand shot, a pad save. Knocked up high and in. No goal. They're going to say he played it with the high stick. You can tell he's got a bit of a smirk on his face. That is not... I think people think of that like, what are you doing playing the high stick? But it's such a reaction play. You see the puck in the air and just your brain says hit it. Yeah. And he does it to his credit, but it's too high stick to call.
Yeah, and you could tell that Burke just completely lost. He had no idea where it was. As a goaltender, I can tell you that happens a lot. And when they pop up like that, that's almost scarier than hearing the ring behind you because it's so hard to adjust.
Absolutely. 15:53 to play in the second period. Panthers on top 5-0. Face off in their own zone after the high sticking call. Puck on the near wall for Zymek. Zymek now gives to Jake Fountain. He tries to send it forward, and he does. And Zymek looking to get after that one. He picks it up. He's all alone at the near dot. Shot and a blocker save, and then trapped. Great job by Burke to hold that one on his blocker and make the stop.
Yeah, and something else that Milton should be very, very pleased with, and Burke too. Defensively, they're playing these breakaways and these 2-on-1s exactly right. Like you mentioned before, cutting off that pass, letting Burke see the shot.
15:35 to go in the second. Matt Rush from the point, his shot deflected away and comes to Jake Fountain. We'll move it up to Drew Reynolds' opposite point. Reynolds sends down, no deflection there. Strassman tries to get it, now sent back to Fountain, and it's Strassman again. No, skated away this time and taken by Swenson. Swenson into center ice, gets that one to Conway. Conway gets hit right at the blue line, loses the puck, and it'll be taken by Fountain. Up the near wall, and Zymek will have it for Oregon. Zymek getting some speed here as he moves up, takes a big shot against the wall, but sticks with that puck, still fighting for it, and it remains at the blue line. Here's Matt Rush, top of the near circle, his shot deflected, puck in the slot, and Swenson knocks it away, but it's held at the point by Drew Reynolds, puts it back behind the Red Hawk cage. 14:53 to go. Panthers on top, 5-0. Zymek circles back towards the high slot, now drops to the point for Mitchell. Pass goes a bit long for Strassman, ends up behind the net. Now rim back to the near side where Mitchell will have it again at the outer hashes. Sends to the far side. Grabbed there by McCormick. Nothing doing into center, and he'll drop it off for Shiljan. Forced to emergency backhanded, but it's taken by Strassman. Near wall Strassman sends to the back wall. And now back outside for Milton as the Panthers go for a bit of a line change. Tapped out, no, held in by Mitchell and forced back down. Attempt to clear it again. Mitchell again stops it at the point. Panthers working at the point along with Tristan Hughes. Now the puck does come all the way out. It squirts out behind the end line, and icing the call against Milton. Will head right back to their zone with 14:10 to play in the second.
Couple good opportunities for Milton there to break it out. Good sticks and lanes from the Panthers, but again, Milton has to realize they have more time and space than they seem to think they have.
Face-off coming in the near side of the Red Hawk zone. It'll be Pat McCormick taking on Nick Robinson in the dot. Robinson wins it over, and Milton will have it behind their own net. Try to move it forward. No, instead it's taken away by McLeod. McLeod pokes it for Hughes on the near side. Now sent up the wall. Now here's Servin. Servin's got some speed, and he's got a teammate with him. That's Junior Onorfe. Servin enters right wing side. Tries to skate around. Great poke check from Gage Shiljan. Shiljan taps it along and gets it to McCormick near wall. McCormick has it poked off his stick, but following up is Shiljan. And Shiljan will carry. Despite taking a couple of shots, he's able to move through and just fight through center ice, get that puck in, and down deep for Tristan Hughes. Hughes circling behind the Red Hawk net, gets checked off it briefly, but stays with it. Now follows it all the way out to the point, turns around. He's center point, trying to find his way in. Goes to the face-off dot, circles around, loses it to the wall, but continues to follow and tries to drop off for McCormick. McCormick near corner, pushed up against the wall. Red Hawks try to clear it, stopped by McCormick's body. Now it does come up, and this time held by Timberlake at the point. Back down to Pat McCormick. McCormick, high slot, shot comes in, no, wide right of the cage, and Hughes will pick it up on the near wall. Hughes still battling for that puck. He takes it around a couple of men, near side face-off dot, a couple of moves, tries to get around the goalie, can't do it, loses the puck, and now gets checked off it. It's taken away by Milton. Milton ahead to Servin. Servin moves it past his man, past everybody. This should come down. No, Ayers is just going to stop it up and backhand it. Try and catch him on the line change. They do find Hughes cherry picking at the blue line. What a poke check there by Wyatt Frizen, and forces it out into center ice. Panthers control with 12:41 to play in the second. They're still up 5-0. Timberlake entering. Feed into center for Roscoe. Can't get it, but it's right back to Timberlake behind the net. Roscoe the second time. A save from Burke. Boy, the team up of Timberlake and Roscoe is a deadly one, but Justin Burke is doing a job in net. I mean, he's let 5 in, but man, how many shots has he faced?
Oh yeah, and again, I think out of those 5, there's really only 2 that I think he really wants back. Otherwise, he has looked absolutely stellar.
Panthers win another draw in the Milton zone. Trying to leave it off at the point, and now it's Colton Ayers. Ayers working his way into the low slot. His shot deflected and ends up behind the net. Roscoe will pick it up there. Near wall moves it back to Tyson Rohrer. Rohrer into center for Ayers. Knocked off of it, but Rohrer gathers, and he's at the near point. Looking for something to do with this one. He sends it along where it's taken by Milton on the far side. They try and work it up to the point. Colton Ayers battling with him and is able to turn it back around and behind the net with 12:03 to go in the second. Zach Roscoe stepping up to get after this one on the near wall. Moves it up to the point for Matt Rush. Shot comes in, deflected, and then sticked away by Justin Burke. Colton Ayers on the far side, drops off for Rohrer. Moving around his man, now cutting towards the face-off dot, top of the circle. Looking for what he can do with this one. Center point, drops for Rush on the outer hashes. Rush turns and fires a quick stick save once again from Justin Burke. That puck up along the glass, but Rohrer will gather again for the Panthers. And now he finds Rush. Rush all alone, finds Roscoe all alone, backhands it into the net for the score. And just a bit of a defensive breakdown since they couldn't clear it. We ended up with 4 Red Hawks on that far wall and 3 Panthers in the center. Not a lot that Burke is going to be able to do there.
Panthers caught the Red Hawks puck chasing. And that's the second or third time we've seen a situation like that kind of pop up. where the Red Hawks have left players all alone in front of their goaltender. So the Milton has to do a little bit of a better job of playing positional and not chasing pucks.
Zach Roscoe gets the goal there. Carrying this is Damon. Feed for Laszlo, no good. Damon tries to pick it up on the near side. Skated away by Jacob Snow of the Red Hawks. Up the near wall and taken by Shiljan now. Drops down for Laszlo. Sent across, and that one will be knocked out by Junior Onorfe. He's got to pass across to Servin. Servin's not going to get there in time, but it's not icing. He was past the red line. Mitchik behind his own net sends to the far wall. Getting after that one is Shiljan along with Tyler Damon. Shiljan continues to carry. Puck poked towards the point, but the Red Hawks hold it. Their shot deflected, doesn't make it to the net. Damon clears it out into center ice, but it's quickly grabbed by Jacob Snow. Snow turning around, enters the zone, left wing side. Looking to move in. Nice drop off to the point. Wind and a shot. Good stop by Mitchik. Comes in on Ayers, an easy pad save, and now rifled along, but stepping up to get after this one is Storm Cook. Cook takes it off the stick of Shiljan. Tries to knock Shiljan off it, but he's able to one-handedly poke it to Damon. Damon has it in front of that Pepsi sign. Turning around with 10:27 to go. They go up to the point. Again, it's held by Cook and sent down, where Mitchik will have it behind the Panther net. Mitchik sort of swings over the top, and Servin trying to get this one off the wall. Tripping down to Zymek, and that leaves an opportunity, but Swenson not able to get there. Nice move by Mitchik through the legs, and he controls for the Panthers in their own zone. Mitchik pushed off this one briefly, but he's able to tap it out into center ice, where Milton will try and reset. Move this one across to Logan Servin. Servin's got 2 men to beat. His shot blocked by Mitchik and pushed into the corner, where Mitchik re-grabs. Mitchik goes for a long outlet pass. Good hold and poked up into the air. What a job there by Storm Cook, but now we do have a 3-on-2 developing. It's Tyler Damon. Face-off, moves across to Laszlo, too strong. Laszlo hunting back for this one, trying to get after it. Finds Damon again on the far side. Damon top of the circle. Light shot, sticked away by Burke. Coming around is Hughes. Burke can't cover it, but the loose puck is gathered by Milton in the person of Storm Cook. Storm looking to break it out. Goes for the long geometry pass. He does find Junior Onorfe, but it's a bit too strong, and instead skated away by Carson Timberlake. Timberlake moves around 2 different men. He's got 4 teammates with him. Hughes enters. Hughes top of the circle. Trying to feed to Timberlake. No good, just behind him, but Hughes gets after it on the far side. Hughes skating all the way around, doing circuits here. Now he finds Matt Strassman. Strassman rings that one off the crossbar, and Hughes has it in the near corner now. 9:07 to play. Panthers on top 6-0. It's gathered by Timberlake in his own far corner. Timberlake moves around, trying to get it into center. Feed to Hughes. Shot and a save by Burke. The one-timer no good, as Burke turns away yet another killer chance.
Yeah, Burke seems to really be doing well on some of these one-time shots where he's got to get from one side to the other. And that was some impressive goaltending. We also saw probably the best single shift from Milton. They had good zone time. They couldn't generate any real shots, but it's build. Do something and build on it. Do something and build on it. And that's, I think, what they've got to continue to do.
Still 6-0 in favor of the Panthers. 8:30 on the clock as it continues to run. Once we're at a 6-point lead in the high school game, the clock becomes a running clock. So it will continue here regardless of stoppages unless a player is injured. Off the face-off, Milton wins, now wrapping around, shot and a score from McLeod. Pat McCormick strips it, and that should be his first point of the season. He assists Bryce McLeod, so that should be his first assist. And now every single Panther skater has a point on the season. Congratulations to Pat McCormick.
Yeah, that would be his first assist. I think he's still looking for a goal. I know Andy Zymek has 1 assist. I don't know if he has any goals yet this season, but that was just good work from behind the net, moving it across, able to put it into an open net.
This puck in the Panther zone off the draw, but Bryce McLeod is able to take it away and try and move it into center ice. Now Pat McCormick regathers, and they'll try and reset at their own blue line. Sent into the Milton zone, where Milton will recover possession and move behind their own net. Stripped by Colton Ayers briefly, but now Milton sends it in. Dangerous play. Shot comes in from Pat McCormick, and it is covered by Burke. I lost sight of it for a moment. Couldn't tell if it got behind him, but Burke able to make the stop.
Went right under his right pad. It kind of came in as he was going down, and it just kind of got there. And you got to be careful, because if he is a goaltender, slides back into his net.
That's a goal.
That's a goal. As long as he isn't helped into the back of the net.
7:28 to play in the second period. Panthers on top 7-0 now. Mitchik fires that one across, and it's Gabe Shiljan into center for Aurora. Turning around at the outer hashes, still skating with this one. Tries to feed down, comes right back to him. Now he sends along the far wall as Zymek hustles after. Zymek crunches his man into the wall as Roscos looks to dig it off. He does have it. Roscos fires a low angle shot and scores. Zach Roscoe's going 5-hole, gets the goal, and it's 8-0 Panthers.
Yeah, that's one Burke's going to want back. But one thing I got to say that I really like about Burke, you look at him right now and what he's doing in his crease. He's checking his glove. He's moving back and forth. He's staying loose. You're not seeing him shake his head. You're not seeing him smack his stick. He's knows what he's in for coming against a team like this, and he's really looking solid.
Tristan Hughes wins that draw for the Panthers, up to Laszlo. Now to Tristan again on the near side as the Panthers re-enter the Milton zone. Tristan feed to center for Damon, no good, but it's going to be taken by Hayden Bell and sent across to Timberlake. Timberlake all the way across to Laszlo Road. Laszlo with the low angle, instead drops it up for the point and finds Hughes. Hughes trying to get around his man as he heads to the top of the far circle. His pass broken up. Grabs it again broken up, sent to the point where Timberlake will have it. Now back to Hughes, outer hashes. Hughes getting into the slot, tries to get a shot on, the puck knocked off his tape. Milton looking to drag it away, but Hughes has it once again, leaves for Laszlo. Laszlo to the point for Bell, and back down to Hughes once again. Hughes in the corner, up to Laszlo, trying to find his way through this one here. Hughes now rifles one through center, it's past everybody and back into the Panther zone. 6:12 to play in the second period, Panthers up 8-0. As Carson Timberlake comes up the near side. Takes a bit of a check there, but drops off for Hayden Bell. Now Tyler Damon. Damon hard to the corner for Tristan Hughes. Hughes looking to set up a play here. He's got Laszlo to the outside. Instead finds Damon. Damon hash mark shot. What a blocker save. And up into the glass by Justin Burke. Now it's Laszlo Rose in the corner. Trying to dig this one off the wall. Able to kick it and move to the far side. Tries to wrap it around. It's blocked up, but comes along the wall to Carson Timberlake. In the center for Laszlo once again. Now Hughes. Knocked off Hughes' stick to the far wall again. Timberlake in front of the dressing room. Sent back behind the net. Milton tries to keep it moving, but Laszlo gets in the way. Sends to the point. Nobody there, but Hughes is going to get there in time and stop it. Save the zone. Feed down. No, and a hack. Just a big hack there. I'm not sure.
So what the whistle was is the Milton player grabbed it in his hand, skated with it, then released.
Okay. So we got a hand pass call. I didn't see the signal from the ref there, but boy, Hughes gave a bit of a whack to that stick.
Yeah, in the NHL, that stick breaks. That's a slashing call.
Right.
So maybe because the stick didn't break here, or it was after the play. Who knows?
4:58 to play in the second period. Panthers still up 8-0. The puck in the Milton zone, and it's carried by Junior Norfe. Norfe goes for a cross-ice pass to Servin. Instead, it's broken up and taken by Drew Reynolds. Head to Strassman at center ice. Strassman has it stripped from him, but it's Fountain once again. Nice hold of the zone by the Redhawks, but they're not able to do much with it as we get the lead pass to Strassman through center ice. Coming up the right wing side, good drop pass for Colton Ayers. Feed back for Strassman behind the net. He can't send it forward, but they are able to stick with the puck and now head far side. Strassman stops up there, looks to get a tap into the slot. It's skated away by Servin for the Redhawks. Servin looking for a pass at the blue line. His pass goes a bit long for Nick Robinson, but he did get a tap on it. So instead, Matt Rush picks it up with no icing to call on the near side. Rush ahead for Fountain. Again, strong, but Fountain, nice job to pick it up. He's well hit off that, but he does make it forward to Strassman. Strassman dropping for Fountain. No, taken away, and all regathered by the Panthers, and now it's Colton Ayers. Ayers around his man to the outer hash. Feed through center, nobody there to get a hand on it. Drew Reynolds at the corner, drops off, all alone at the faceoff dot. Shot right into the glove by Jake Fountain. Burke able to stop another with 3:45 to play in the second.
Yeah, there were a couple nice opportunities there that Milton just couldn't capitalize on. The pass that just couldn't get where they wanted it to. And then again, a nice interception or turnover that the Panthers were able to kind of take advantage and get it in and get yet another shot on Burke.
Off the faceoff, it is controlled by the Panthers. Zymek, though, has it knocked off him. What a backhanded one-toucher. But now stepping up is McCormick, who's got it on the far wall. Sends down to Zymek behind the net, skating hard, actually skates over that puck. And it comes to the near wall. Now stepping up, pinching hard from the defensive position is Mitchik. Forces it back down into the corner. Up along the wall, held by McCormick again. Puck stuck there between the legs of the various players. Trying to dig it free. McCormick's got it. Tries to turn around on that puck. No. It's the Redhawks that are able to skate it free. Trying to move around their man. Instead, it comes right back to McCormick. McCormick gets double teamed at center ice, but Zymek holds at the blue line, sends one in well high, hits the back wall, and it'll be McLeod in the near corner. McLeod has it poked off his stick, and it's turned around by Dalton Swenson. Milton moving this one forward, moving it forward a bit too far. This may come down for icing. No, Colton Ayers will stop it. Jacob Ayers will stop it with 2:32 to play in the second period. Good backhand and just a swing and a miss on the check from Logan Conway. Gage Shiljan has that puck, and he finds Mitchik in center ice. Mitchik during a change, backhands across to Tristan Hughes. Hughes top of the circle, fires a shot, takes a huge hit for his trouble, and goes into the wall as his shot does not make it through the defense. Hughes on the near corner, still getting pushed up against that wall, still getting hassled, but stays with the puck. Shot from Damon and a score! Tristan Hughes just fought and fought and fought and is able to work it into the slot where Damon sends it home and makes it 9-0 with 2:05 to go.
And that'll nullify the power play that Oregon was about to get on a play that happened way back at the other end. So again, they were able to get that extra attacker out there. They were able to work that puck, move it around. And again, they're so dangerous when they're able to find open space. And they can also create and make space. And that's one of the reasons the five-man unit is so difficult to play against.
They sure can. 9-0 in favor of Oregon. And we have 2:05 to go here in the second period. Tristan Hughes and the linesman having a bit of a chat there.
The ref was still talking to somebody in the scorekeeper's box about the penalty.
Ah, I see. So the draw will be between Hughes and Carson Dowd. It is Hughes that win it, and the Panthers are in business as they come up left wing side, and the person of Tyson Rohrer. Rohrer into the high slot. Great stick movement. Shot and a killer save from Burke. Pops up high, but stays on the ice. Doesn't hit the safety netting. Roscos to Rohrer. Rohrer the score. And it is 10-0 Panthers in the second period.
Again, they're so dangerous from every different aspect out there. But again, what I like to see, I'm watching Burke after each goal, and he is just doing his same thing. He knows there's not much that he could have done there. He's staying nice and loose down in the crease, looking, again, like just give me the next shot and let me do what I can.
Minute 46 to go in the second period. Another draw won by the Panthers. That has been a big weakness of these Redhawks. They have not been able to win many faceoffs. Panthers control now, moving up through center ice is Tyson Rohrer ahead to Roscos. Roscos enters on the near side, moves around his man. Stick handles, feed to center. Swatted away briefly by Milton, but held to the point by Hayden Bell. Now taken off Bell, and skating forward is Ben Blazer. Blazer's got another man with him, but he's stripped of the puck by Carson Timberlake. Timberlake leaves forward for Hughes. Goes for the pass. The pass does come to Timberlake, trying to backhand it. A save from Burke. Tries to get it in behind him. Can't do it. Nearly does. Blazer stripped to the puck by Roscos. Boy, he was gone if he got through. But sent to Hughes. Hughes going for a quick wraparound. No good. Hit the backside of the cage. And the puck is trapped on the back of the netting. We'll get an out-of-play face-off with 58 seconds to go.
So many times the Redhawks have just been one step behind in a nice break coming out, or getting that two or 2-on-1 or 3-on-2. They're just one step behind. They've got a lot to build on because, again, although the score is 9-0, they have played better than that score represents.
Colton Ayers to take this face-off for the Panthers. It is won by the Panthers, and now they work it into the Redhawk zone as Ayers heads to the near side. Puck on the near side. Severin there delivers a shot against Colton. The puck remains against that wall. Now it's Tyler Damon trying to feed the center. He takes a shot for his trouble, and they work it around. Damon deflects briefly, but now still skating with it are the Redhawks. Damon putting more pressure on. Now he skates this one towards the slot. Feed across. Wine shot and a great blocker save from Burke. That shot coming from Laszlo Rose. Puck still on the near wall. Colton Ayers and Tyler Damon there battling for it. Three different Redhawks coming after it. And Jacob Snell is able to end the period. What a one-time shot there at the end by Laszlo, and just an outstanding blocker save from Justin Burke. But unfortunately, style points not counting in this game. It is 9-0 in favor of the Panthers.
Truth is, this score could be 19-0, to be very honest. And a lot of that is because of Burke has just played ridiculously well in that. I know his save percentage and stats along those lines show at about 85 to 86% save percentage. But again, what you have to do is kind of take a step back and look. He's been making some impossible saves. And a lot of the times the goals that have gone in, there's nothing he could have done. Either it's because there's 2 to 3 players alone in front of him from Oregon, or it's just those cross-ice, cross-crease passes that I don't care if you're Jonathan Quick, you're not going to go post to post like that.
No, and I feel like this happens to us when Oregon plays opponents that they outclass in this way, is we end up talking about the opponent a lot, and I don't want to take away from Oregon. They've done everything they've needed to do. You talk about those cross-ice passes. They've set up the one-timers. They've gotten a couple of garbage goals, fighting for rebounds. They've gotten just some great snipe shots. They have played tremendously. But when you look at someone like Justin Burke, he doesn't have much of a defense in front of him, as we can tell based on the time of possession that Oregon is getting, and he has turned away some great shots. That shot from Laszlo is emblematic. I mean, that is a tape-to-tape rocket from Damon to Laszlo for the one-timer. Laszlo hits it perfectly.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were going to show someone a videotape of what should a one-timer look like, that is what you would show it to him, and he fights it off with the blocker into the netting. It was a great save.
Yeah, and it's not so much, and I guess I disagree a little bit, because I don't think it's that he's not getting the defense in front of him. The truth is, they're puck chasing. When they have that much pressure and they're that tired, they're trying to get that puck out, they start to cheat, they start to make little mistakes, and then their defense is pulled away, because when we've seen 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s, the defensive style is perfect. When they've got people camped out in front of Burke, they're going ahead and tying up sticks, moving bodies. So defense is there at points when they're not tired from a good cycle run by the Panthers. I guess one of the things that I'd say is, you're up by 5 to 6 to nothing. Do you really need to be cherry picking up in the other side? I mean, come on.
And that, we talk about this, I think, in games like this too, is how do you respectfully play down? Because in other sports, it's a little simpler. In football, if you're ahead by 4 touchdowns, you pull your first stringers, you put in your second string guys, and that usually takes the gas out of things. Basketball, you can do similar things. In hockey, though, it's harder because you have to keep playing. You can't just play your third and fourth line guys. There's just no way that you can do it. You have to keep playing your same guys. And guys are competitive. I mean, people that get to this level of play, they want to score, they want to win. When they get the opportunity, when they see it coming, they want to go after it. And so that's really, to me, a coaching thing, especially when you talk about high school kids. We're talking about teenagers here. It's, I think, a difficult tightrope to walk to make sure that you're coaching them that, like you say, we don't need to be going all out, but at the same time, we don't want to be insulting and just, pass it in center ice, play keep away, something like that.
Right, and I think the perfect example is the save that you talked about on Burke from that nice setup. I mean, that was a high percentage scoring chance. That was not, we're just going to sauce or pass it over. That's, we're going to try and score here because we're in your zone. We're going to be moving the puck around. But again, cherry picking is a different story altogether. If you're kind of saying, hey, I'm all alone and I just want to get a breakaway in, that makes me scratch my head. But you look at a lot of the lines, and one of the guys I've seen play really smart like that, Tyson Rohr. Rohr has not been shooting.
Nope.
He's been shooting, and he's been not shooting. Look, I can tell when a player is shooting for a goaltender's pads, blocker, glove, or chest, and that's not what they're doing here. But again, I think there are some things you can do in a game like this that'll stop from frustrating players to take penalties or getting a little bit out of control.
Absolutely. All right, folks, it is 9-0 Panthers. They're in control in this game, but we've got one period left. Stay tuned. You are watching OCAmedia's presentation of Oregon Panthers boys hockey. 5, 4, 3. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Zach Seeloff, Dan Graychuk here at the Oregon Ice Arena. And Dan, you and I were hearing from some of the parents, the off-ice officials here. It sounds like Coach Yachman has actually resigned from the Panthers team. Yeah,
not sure what the circumstances are, but from what we're hearing, and I believe it's credible that he resigned. Gotta say, I think it's a huge loss for this Panthers team. In the year and a half that we've been working with Oregon here and calling their games, Yachman has always been available to us, always very open, making time. And honestly, I've been in hockey for 30 plus years. And one of the smartest hockey minds that I've come across, and you could see that it started to show in a lot of his players this year that would just started with him last year. So sorry to see Coach Yachman go. You'll be missed. I think this Panthers team is going to miss what you bring to it, but I am very sure that it's going to work real well for him in the future.
I'm forced to agree. I'm not nearly the hockey presence that you are, but just from a broadcaster's perspective, he's, like you said, always been open and honest with us, answered our questions, took more time, I think, than an awful lot of high school coaches would. Gave us access to players so we could do fun interviews on senior night and things like that. just a standout guy, a really good guy to work with, even though we worked with him, at arm's length. And it was clear to see, to me, just what you said, that his work with this team is really starting to pay dividends, and you see that especially in the young players like Laszlo Rose, we mentioned Colton Ayers, some of these other guys that have come up with him. And I know I'm going to miss him. I'm sure this team's going to miss him, and I wish him all the best in his future endeavors, whatever they might be.
Yeah, and anytime you asked him a question, you never got the hockey coach answer. No. You always got a real answer, and he had such a good pulse on this team, on this conference. And again, it really bums me out that, because I kind of heard about that before the beginning of the last period. And again, it's one of those things where he will definitely be missed, but I wish him luck wherever he goes.
Absolutely. All right, folks, with that in mind, the third and final period getting ready to go here. 17 minutes to play. Panthers on top 9-0, and the initial draw is won by the Redhawks into their defensive zone. Good lead pass moves up to Junior Onorfe. Now Onorfe enters the zone, trying to work his way to the slot. The puck taken off, but Severn gets a chance to get it, and it's gloved and not frozen down by Jacob Ayers. And you talk about that. That one caught him a little funny. It wasn't the strongest shot, but he clearly had to play it a little off angle. Does make the stop.
He does. He did. You could tell that was. It's one of those things where as a goaltender, you warm him up so you stay loose. He didn't look as loose as he could have been there.
Draw is won by the Panthers now, and here comes Jake Fountain. Fountain's got a 3-on-2 with his fellow Panthers. Nice job to take it away by Storm Cook. Cook in center ice, and now Ziamek with it. One-touch pass, no good, and Servin has it. Servin up off the wall, moving that one forward for Onorfe. Here comes Onorfe from the blue line, and that one gloved again, and again popping out. And I think both of those shots kind of fooled him, kind of off-speed shots, sort of change-ups. And so the squeeze of the glove, not quite timed there, but he does make the stop on both.
We've talked about this before when I watch people during warm-ups where they throw their water bottle in their glove because it gets a little tight. And I think that's kind of what it is here. He hasn't had to use that glove much, so he doesn't have the seal on it that he normally would at this point in the game.
Face off in the Panthers zone, won aggressively by Tristan Hughes, and Mitchik behind the net sends it up for Gage Shiljan. Panthers continue to move along, now taken away by Swenson. To the point, and a shot broken up by Ryan Mitchik, and Mitchik to the near side. Now sends behind the net for Shiljan, who accelerates along to Bryce McLeod. McLeod, though, has it knocked off his tape, and it comes back to Shiljan in the corner. Panthers still trying to get this one moving. Shoulders being thrown as everyone gets after the puck, but now that one held by Roca. Roca well high on the shot. Rifles it into the glass. Turning around is Snow, but he can't hold it, and Pat McCormick with a nice outlet pass finds Tristan Hughes. Hughes has got a lot of speed here. He's got one man to beat, just goes right by him, goes in the low slot. Shot and a great blocker save. Played by the hand of Hughes, sends it up to himself and cuts back to the center point. Hughes now working, just flying the circuit around the Milton zone. Feed through center for McLeod, instead covered by Burke, and stopped up with 14:54 to go in the third period.
Hughes keeps trying that same move, coming in on the near side and then pushing over. And Burke's had his number. I think Hughes has 2 goals, if I'm correct, or does he have 3?
Let me see. Let's go back. 1 goal, 2 goals for Tristan Hughes.
I think in Hughes' mind right now, he should have 7 or 8. And Burke is kind of laughing at him to a degree because he's had his number a majority of the shots.
Face-off is won by the Redhawks, but the Panthers regather, and now it's Roscoe in the near corner. His pass is broken up, knocked back to the wall, but skated away now by Rohrer. Rohrer has it stripped of him, but at the point, it's Matt Rush who will send it back down. Moves behind the net as Roscoe steps up to pick it up in the corner. Turns around on it, waits for that hit to come in. Milton has it broken up by Rohrer, and Rohrer takes it. Now feed down right in sort of a little shot pass there. Turn around for Rohrer again. Tic-tac-toe to Ayers, but a great blocker save coming up from Burke. A shot comes in from the point. Instead, it's just stopped by the Redhawks. Clearing pass hits his own man, and it's able to be turned around by the Panthers. Remains in the zone with 13:53 to play here in the third and final period. Puck jammed up against the wall. Colton Ayers being attacked by Jacob Snow. Now it does come around for Roscoe. Skating to the outer hash. Good feed across. There's Matt Rush. A shot. It's loose in front. And covered up that time by Burke. Just dives on top with the chest and stops it, and we'll get another faceoff.
Burke was able to get nice and low as that puck was moving kind of low and near side up to the point, and then over to the other side. He was able to track it, make that initial stop, and then dive on the rebound.
13:22 to play. Andy Ziamek in the dot, taking on Nick Robinson near side of the Redhawk zone. Ziamek wins it hard to Hayden Bell and actually out of Bell's reach. Servin trying to get after this one, but Bell will get there first, move it across to Timberlake. Timberlake lead pass for Damon. He tries to one-touch it, but a little confusion, and he'll have to pick it back up at his own blue line. Moves over to the right wing side as he enters the zone. Takes a big hip check up against the wall, thrown into the glass practically. And that puck up along the near wall. Sent into center and nicely carried by Milton. Here comes Servin, 2-on-2 with Robinson. He'll dump and chase after it. Robinson to the near corner, picks it up, drops for Servin. Nope, sent along by Timberlake. Getting it to Bell. Bell pushed off the wall by Servin, but it's taken by Zymek for the Panthers. Zymek moves around his man, and he's got a potential here. He finds Laszlo. Laszlo's got Damon across. Now finds Damon. No, broken up by the stick of Jace Roca, and instead sent back to Damon in the corner. Damon takes another hit from Roca, tries to gather it with one hand, gets it to Zymek. Zymek in front, can't turn on it as there's a stick in the way. More Panthers coming in, but now it is cleared. Sort of a quick icing there from Milton just to get some fresh legs, and with 12-13 will the face-off back in their zone.
Yeah, everything just collapsed there in the slot right about the hash marks. Everybody was there, so nobody had enough room to either make a good pass or take a good shot. Smart icing to take here. You just want to kind of get it out, reset, try and win a face-off, and get another drive going in the other direction.
Dalton Swenson against Jake Fountain in the face-off dot. Fountain sends it back to Tristan Hughes. Hughes trying to move through the legs of his man. He does. Goes into the low slot. Hash marks. Fires a shot, and Burke gathers and saves once again with 11:43 to play.
Yeah, and again, I just watch Burke after each thing that comes in. He does the same thing. Kind of skates back, puts his glove on, kind of moves back and forth. He's staying nice and loose. That's the mentality and where you want a goaltender to be. Not in their head, just looking for that next shot that's coming.
Strassman wins the faceoff for the Panthers, and Tristan Hughes sends it back down. Can't work it into center, but now he gathers and heads behind the net. Hughes looking for the wraparound, nothing there. Now head to the far wall, up to the point for Mitchell. Now opposite point, Gabe Children stepping up, feed into center. There's Hughes. Hughes moving around, open net and a score. And that's just an easy look when he ends up alone in the low slot like there. Forces Burke to commit and then moves around him, gets the score. It's an even 10-0 for the Panthers.
One thing you always kind of see from a goal scorer when they're coming in, you watch how far they spread their legs out. He really spread them out, protecting that puck, was able to move side to side, and Burke bit on one of the moves, and he was able to move it back to the forehand and dump it in. Good goal scoring.
Hat trick for Tristan Hughes on the night. Congratulations to him on a great performance. And with 11:03 to go, the Panthers lead 10-0 here in the third and final period. Puck into the Panther zone. It's Colt Myers that sends up for Bryce McLeod on the near wall. McLeod can't quite get it past the defense, and it remains in the Panther zone where Drew Reynolds will skate it back to the opposite side. Reynolds turning around, trying to lose the tail that he's got here. Instead, he ends up giving it up to the Red Hawks, but a nice move by Matt Rush gets it. Boy, a dangerous pass through center there, but Pat McCormick on it. Turning and firing are the Red Hawks, but that shot goes nowhere from Austin Sartell, and instead it's Drew Reynolds skating it up. A 4-on-3 developing here. Reynolds goes towards the high slot, fires a shot wide of the cage, and comes to the right side, where this one will be taken by Jacob Snow. Snow trying to gain some speed as he enters the zone here. He's got one man to beat in Matt Rush. Loses the puck and it comes behind the net, but he is able to get it there. Sent through center and Rush knocks it right back. On the far wall, skating, still sticking with it, trying to move around his man. Good poke from Milton, but the Panthers stick with it and hold, and it's Drew Reynolds in center ice. Reynolds has got his whole team with him as he gains this zone. Looks to send it into center, gets checked, but holds the puck. His pass into center broken up, and the puck on the wall for Colt Myers. Point shot now, Matt Rush rifles one in, a pad save, and it's going to be stopped up by Burke. We'll get another face-off with 9:49 to play.
Yeah, and again, Oregon is just dominating in transition, and that's really been what's hurt the Redbirds, or the Red Hawks, I'm sorry, is that the speed and ferocity of the transition game, especially in the neutral zone, is tough for any team to be able to deal with.
Nick Robinson against Andy Zymek. Zymek wins that one back. Hayden Bell at the point, now all alone to Roar at the face-off dot. Drops off for Timberlake. Timberlake high slot, a save and knocked into the corner. Zymek feeds Roscos. Roscos behind the net, tips it to himself, and now to the point for Timberlake. Leaves off for Roar. Roar top of the circle, now high slot, cuts around a man, top of the opposite circle, feed in. So one-timer attempt, no good, but it's held by Timberlake. Timberlake around one man, but can't get around Robinson, and Robinson leads for Servin. Servin on the outer hash, his pass to Robinson broken up, and a double team hit against the wall, but now Robinson has it. His feed into the slot is knocked back by the Panthers, and he takes a hit. That's going to be, I believe, a cross-check. Let's see, coming up. Cross-checking is the call against Hayden Bell. 2-minute power play coming up for Milton with 8:48 to go.
And that penalty was drawn, quite honestly, by grit and determination. A lot of speed coming through the neutral zone. You had two bodies going in. One of the Red Hawk players, I didn't catch who it was, just got leveled against the boards by 2 players. But that was a mental mistake from Oregon because that left the other Red Hawk wide open to try and move it in. So good hard work to kind of bring that penalty on.
8:48 to play, 2-minute power play for the Red Hawks on the cross-checking penalty against Hayden Bell. They win the draw and control in the Panther zone. Jacob Snow turning around, and he's stripped of the puck by Tristan Hughes. Hughes has got Damon in front as he goes through center ice. Hughes moves around, goes to the left wing side, cuts the face-off top, wraps around, shot, and a save. It hit the outer part of the net, so no save. It just wasn't on net, and Jacob Snow has it again, looking for an inlet pass. Instead, he'll carry it himself, drop off for Servin at the point, Servin across, broken up. This time broken up by Gage Shilgen. Shilgen backhands it out. It does come out of the zone for Swenson to hold, and Swenson across to Snow for the Red Hawks. Snow enters the zone once again. Damon goes to one knee, still battling for it, but Snow will have it on the near side. Send up that wall. Big push from behind from Tyler Damon. Damon pokes that one out into center ice. Now the shot coming from Snow, fought off by the blocker of Ayers. As Mitchell looks to clear, and clear he does. 7:55 to play, minute 5 to go on the power play. Panthers up 10-0 here against the Milton Red Hawks. Red Hawks in their own zone. That cross ice pass goes beyond everybody and comes to Matt Rush in the Panthers zone. He'll settle it down there. Finds Tristan Hughes in front of the scorer's table. Hughes takes a couple of steps and moves around his man. Snow tries to get him. A nice one-touch gets back to Hughes. Hughes face-off dot, trying to curve in. Wraps around, loses the puck, and it comes to the near wall. Turns that one back to Laszlo Arose. Arose just takes a face full of Jacob Snow, and the puck gets stopped beneath him. Arose still trying to get after it. Now it's Hughes that comes away with it. Shorthanded backhand to Arose across the net mouth, but no good. And the puck on the near wall. Boy, bodies going to the ice here, but Hughes has it once again, looking to distribute. Feed to Arose. Arose turns around, shot, and a save. What a save from Burke as Matt Rush controls. Feed to Hughes, no, poked away by the defense. And the puck back in neutral ice. 7:01 to go, 10 seconds left on the power play. Arose one touches it over to Hughes. Hughes looking to get to that face-off dot, cutting hard, turns around and collides hard with the goalie. Oh man. Goes feet first into the goalie there as he tried to make the cut. The clock is still running, so the penalty does expire, but boy, a hard hit from Hughes against Burke there.
What's the point of that? I mean, you're up 10-0. You're killing off the penalty. You know you're running out of room. We know Hughes is a smart enough player to know he's running out of room. There's no need to take a run at him like that. I think that's kind of cheap.
Both teams will be full strength as the penalty will expire on the drop here. Hayden Bell returns to the ice, and we are even up. 6:19 to play. Panthers on top 10-0. Strassman has the loop puck on the near wall. He leaves off, and the shot comes in. It's deflected funny. Now Ayers trying to turn on it. He does, and misses wide of the cage to the near wall. Fountain there drops off, trying to get to Strassman again. Poked to the near wall once more, now rimmed around to the far side, and heading after it is Wyatt Friesen. Friesen loses the edge, and it's taken away, skated out by Hayden Bell. Bell into center. That one comes all the way to Timberlake at the point. Opposite side, Jake Fountain. Fountain sends one in. That one ends up behind the net. Covering that pipe is Burke, and the puck along the near wall with 5:43 to play. Timberlake can't get it, but Fountain is able to send it back down. Now it's cleared out by Milton. This should be an icing call. Nope. Jacob Ayers is going to stop it before it gets there, and he'll give it to Hayden Bell. Bell up off the wall to Colton Ayers, and with 5:29 to go, here comes Jake Fountain. Fountain accelerating, and he's got a 4-on-3 as he goes to the face-off dot. Turn around to the point for Timberlake. Timberlake around his man, tries to feed in for the deflection. It misses and comes to the far wall where it's grabbed by Strassman. Strassman, another deflection attempt, and this one swatted out by Wyatt Friesen. Jake Fountain takes, tries to move around a man, can't do it, loses his stick in the attempt, and instead Friesen has it, sends up along the wall. Nice move at the wall there by Logan Conway, is able to get it into center ice where Timberlake will have it with an even 5 to play. Move up to Fountain. Fountain tries to one touch. Nice drag by Hayden Bell to grab that with the skate, and he's got it at the point. Move across. Strassman all alone. Low slot shot blocker. Save from Justin Burke. Comes up huge once again. And Milton moves around their man. It's Jace Rocca. Rocca stripped of the puck though, and here comes Pat McCormick. McCormick top of the circle. His shot deflected and ends up behind the net. Still trying to get after this one is Zymek. He does feed through center. That's out of reach of everybody. Gage Shilgen now able to turn on it and head to the top of the circle. Looks to drag around one man. Does, but the puck knocked to the far wall. McCormick in the corner now. Milton looking to carry out. They send up along the wall. Zymek can't handle it. It does come out into neutral ice where Ryan Mitchell will take it at his own blue line with 4:17 to play. Mitchell pass finds Shilgen, and Shilgen enters the zone left wing side. Puck poked off his stick. Nice poke by Wyatt Friesen. Friesen sends it up, but it's held by McCormick. McCormick working his way to center, and Burke will just cover to let his team get a change. 4:04 to go in the third and final period.
Redhawks are getting a workout in their own zone, and one of the things they should take away from this is that whenever you have more players on less players, that's leaving a lot of open ice. We saw it here where there were 3 Redhawks on 2 Panthers along the boards. A lot of open ice, and the Panthers have been exploiting that.
Face-off won by the Panthers. Zach Roscoe sends to the point. Now it comes back to him. Feed through center for Hughes is no good. It's taken by Logan Servin. Servin for the Redhawks looks for something. Now he'll skate with it. Servin through center ice, able to gain the zone. Now to the high slot. Shot too high and hits the glass, but it's picked up by Robinson. Robinson into center. His pass was just stolen by Rush. And Rush sends forward for Roscos. It's 3-on-2 with Roscos, Hughes, and Rohrer. Has it knocked off his stick by the Redhawks, but Roscos able to poke it forward for Rohrer in the corner. He tries to send back to Roscos, can't do it, and that puck trapped on the wall. Now they do get it to Roscos behind the net. He heads off, feed into center, nobody there but Redhawks, and they're able to play it away, and now they've got a possible 3-on-2 developing. Jack Nathan gets past his man, continues to move it through to center, but Nat Rush, alert defense, knocks it out of the slot and towards the point. Drew Reynolds picks it up there for the Panthers. Reynolds pass deflected, but it does find its way to Hughes at the blue line. He enters the zone. He's got Rohrer across. Taps it to him at the faceoff dot. Rohrer moves past one man. Now feed to Hughes in the center. Shot no good, and ends up behind the net for Snow. Snow being hassled by Hughes, but he gets the puck up along the far side. Stops at the point. Nope, offsides for Reynolds. Reynolds thought he had held it in, but the referee right on the blue line makes the offsides call, and with 2:26 to go, we will get the neutralized faceoff.
Yeah, that was really close. I guess I'd probably side with Reynolds on that one because it looked like it was still in right on the blue line. But either way, the ref's right there. Good opportunity coming the other way from the Redhawks. They were able to put it together, but it looks like it got out of reach, a little too far in the legs, and couldn't get from it.
Panthers knock it right into the Redhawks zone off the draw. What a move by Laszlo. Feed to Damon and a score. Oh my goodness. Laszlo arose at that outer circle. Oh boy, what a move to open himself up for that pass.
Yeah, that was just a nice little drag. They were able to pull it back over, and honestly, that move pulled 3 Redhawks over to that side, leaving it wide open for Damon to bury it in an empty net.
Just an absolute monster of a move. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Damon on the night.
That's his second 4-goal night.
Yep, Hughes has a hat trick. Damon has 4, and the Panthers still in business. McCormick tries for a shot, and boy, does he take a hit from Junior Onorfe. I think there's an equipment issue. This one was whistled dead. Yeah. Oh boy, Junior Onorfe just delivering a heck of a wallop there to Pat McCormick. Both of them look okay after a huge collision.
There have been a couple big hits put on, but one thing I want to say, they haven't been cheap or dirty.
No, I mean, both teams delivering contact, but it's been purposeful contact.
It has been, and again, I have a lot of respect for this Milton team. We've seen teams that have lost by less really start to take it out and get frustrated. Here we haven't seen that.
Absolutely. Panthers win the draw. They find once again Pat McCormick for his first goal. His first point earlier in the game. Now his first goal comes. Congratulations, Pat McCormick. And now I believe it is just Zymek. Zymek and Hayden Bell both need goals, but all the Panthers have points now on the season.
Yeah, and again, there's a lot of people celebrating that goal, and I think some people just aren't aware that it was in fact his first goal. And they're they got the puck set aside for him, so that's always a good thing to see. But again, I keep watching Burke down at the other end. You just watch him, he keeps doing the same thing. And that to me is a sign of a very mature goaltender.
Yep, he's going to play it all the way, and I give him tons of respect for that. Minute 29 to go. Damon behind the Milton. That tries to center. It's knocked back. He loses sight of the puck, and now it comes to the near wall. Poked along and sent back down by Gage Children. Works its way towards Burke, and he gloves it right off the ice. A nice play there, and we'll have another face-off with a minute 14 to play.
I mean, again, talking about Burke, he's a senior. This is his last season in high school. He is just a remarkably calm goaltender.
Tyler Damon in the faceoff dot wins it back for the Panthers. Send to Hughes, but it's a bit strong, and instead Austin Sartell will have it. Sartell trying to move across. He does get a nice pass across, but it's stripped quickly by Gage Children, who forces it into center ice. Taken there by Hughes. Hughes turns around on the Oregon logo and cuts in. Now heads towards the slot, trying to get to the hash marks. He's knocked off the puck, but sticks by it. Feed through center, trying to get it to Strassman. Can't do it, and it's swatted out, this time by Storm Cook. Nice move by Hughes, dangling through, and again poked out by Storm Cook. Hughes has to retreat into neutral ice with 29 seconds to play. Cuts back in, has the puck briefly stripped, but stays with it. Finds it in the near corner. Looking for a pass here, sends across, broken up. Now he's got it again, turning around on the dot. Still trying to get this one through. Feed through center for Strassman, nothing doing, and Milton will knock that one out. Send all the way up, 12 seconds to play. Jacob Ayers will play this one to avoid the icing, and it'll be Gage Shilton to take it with just a few seconds left in this game. Shilton taps it around his man to Reynolds. That should just about do it. And there is the horn. The Panthers, they stop scoring at 9 on the official score. So let me just get you what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 to nothing is the final score. The Oregon Panthers defeat conference opponent, the Milton Redhawks.
Yeah, and again, we talked about it at the beginning of the game. This is still a very new team in Milton, and they've got a lot of things to be happy about. For one, their defense was solid when they weren't being run ragged, so that's a big thing. Their goaltending, obviously, some of the best goaltending we've seen. I compare it to the goaltender from Stoughton.
Yeah.
And I can't think
Royston.
of Royston.
Carson Royston.
Who really carries Stoughton on his back. This is another one of those where he had to have faced over 45, 50 shots.
Oh, easy. Yeah, I mean, if that few, I would not be surprised if it was 60 or 70. Unfortunately, we don't have that number for you. Don't have the advanced analytics up here on OCAmedia just yet. Just before we get going here, I know it's a blowout, but who really impressed you? One star from both teams.
Well, honestly, if I could pick both of them, it would be Burke and Burke, because he put on a clinic. He really did, in not only solid goaltending, but the maturity, mindset, and ethics of a hockey player. To me, that was just incredibly amazing to watch. Smart kid, the composure of like somebody like a Brodeur, who's really nice and just constant. So I got to go there. On the other side, I'm going to go Matt Rush. Matt Rush was I don't know where he is on the score sheet, but he made some good, solid heads-up plays, and it seemed like he had the right mindset going into the third period of this game as well. And again, a lot of respect there, so I'm going to go Burke and Rush.
I'm with you on both of those. For myself on Milton, I'm going to go with Jacob Snow. Very present defender for them. What I mean is he's involved in the play a lot. He was finding his way to the puck, was finding his way to the passing lanes, was breaking things up, was trying to get them breakouts. We know they struggled with that in this game, but he was working on getting the puck up to the wingers and getting it moving. I thought he really looked good for them. For the Panthers, I'm going to go with Pat McCormick. Anytime, he's new to the team, and so anytime you can get your first point, it's great. Anytime you can get your first goal, it's great. He got both of those in this game. Gets off the schneid, gets some scoring done. I thought he looked good on the ice.
He really did. And again, getting your first goal is a big thing. And he was set up for it. And he did not waste that opportunity. He looked solid all the way through. I think we saw a lot of youth players really stand out from Oregon, and there's a lot to be happy about there. I think we could have seen a little less from some players, but all in all, I'd have to say the young players of this Oregon team really show the future of where it's going to go.
Yep. Folks, the Panthers are having a great season. They're 11-2, and there's plenty more action to come. We hope you enjoyed this presentation of Oregon Panthers boys hockey. For our cameraman Samuel, my partner Dan Graychuk, my name is Zach Seeloff saying so long, and we will see you next time. Take care, everybody.